Hey Patriots and shitheads, it's Red, White, and Ben. Today we're at the Zastava booth. So what we've actually got here is a AK that's been a little bit more modernized. We tend to not have like two-piece handguards or a whole lot of drop-in options as far as even just ARs in our shop. So it's nice that we can get out here and we can actually see some of the options for AKs. Because we're always looking to bring more stuff into the store, as well as kind of open our open up what we're carrying as far as to give you guys more options. AKs are one of those things that I'm not as well versed as I should be, but every day I'm learning a little bit more. And it's just nice to see a gun just coming out of a factory like this. It's got an optic rail that's got a new forend and everything like that. It's a little bit more modular, so if you had a certain grip or what have you that you wanted to put on here, it makes it a little bit easier to outfit these, because everybody knows it's not as easy to mess with AKs, whereas on a daily basis in the shop I might bust out a Dremel just to make something fit, whereas these are you're going to need multiple cutting wheels, as well as having a big ass hammer, maybe a sledge. So we're going to keep walking around here and gotta love being able to just pick up everything and mess around with it and check things out at SHOT Show. AKs are growing on me more and more every day, so let's go look at a few more. Thanks. And what we're taking a look at is something that's kind of more iconic than innovative. Not that this ain't a great gun, but most of anybody that knows anything about firearms, I mean, you've seen an AK before, but it's not too often that you get to see something that is very Dragunov-esque. These guns have been around for years and years and years, and they still use them overseas. Not one of my favorite platforms in the world, but that being said, it is pretty effective. The way they're offering this right now is as it's seen. So you can actually pick one of these up, and I believe we do have them on our website. It'll come exactly like this. So you'll have the optic, you'll have the mount, all that stuff. You might even throw the sling in as well, and then you got a nice little cheek piece. It's always interesting to see something that's at SHOT Show that's kind of a little bit of, I wouldn't say outdated technology, but it's more or less, more of an homage to history, so to speak, where you can actually get hands on these guns that aren't being produced anymore. And now, some of these companies are taking it seriously and bringing stuff like this back. So it is pretty cool and kind of special to be able to get hands on, even though it's not an absolute true Dragunov. It is kind of cool to be able to pick one up and kind of check it out, because I mean, anybody who's, like I've said, if you know what an AK is, you know what a Dragunov is, and that's just kind of the standard for what people think of AKs, as well as some of your PAPs and some of your shorter 5.45s. Pretty cool. Let's keep checking stuff out. Hey Patriots and shitheads, we're still over at Zastava, so we're checking out some of their 5.56 guns actually, which is actually really cool. I don't know why, I have way too many guns in 5.56 as it is, but something about an AK in 5.56 or 5.45, just the way the mags look inside of them, really makes me want one. Especially now that we know, a lot of the times with length of barrel, there's not a whole lot that actually matters. And I know a lot of people are going to get angry in the comments and stuff like that, but we have ran 14.5 5.56s out to 1,000 yards at Gadsden down in Iberia, Missouri. So it's stuff like this that I look at these guns and it makes me want to put a red dot on there and go out to Gadsden and just see how many yard lines we can push past. These things are just so phenomenal. It's wonderful to see that they have a couple of different ways of rigging up braces. Because not everybody's a huge fan of just SBRing everything like I am. As well as it does come with a little red dot mount on top, so you got a little bit of pick, which makes it very easy to just throw like an EOTech or a low mounted red dot like a T2, since you've got this shape of AKs like this that allows you to mount something a little bit lower than normal, whereas with an AR and a straight tube out of that upper receiver, it ends up being a little bit more troublesome. But these things are just so slick that I might end up having to pick one up myself, and I probably will end up SBRing it anyways, because that's just what I do. I like collecting stamps. But if you like what you see here, leave some comments, give us a like, and we'll see you guys at the next booth.